Mark Rutte, Mark
Yeah.
Rutte, the
Uh,
NATO Secretary General, said about Russia, China, Iran, and how capable is NATO in producing ammunition. And here is what he said.
In the future, Russia will remain a destabilizing force in Europe and the world. And Russia is not alone in its efforts to undermine the global rules. As you know, it is working with China, with North Korea, with Iran and others. They are increasing their defense industrial collaboration to unprecedented levels. They are preparing for long-term confrontation. We cannot be naive. We must be prepared. President Roosevelt famously said that powerful enemies must be outfought and outproduced. And that was in 1942. And the same can be said today. We call it peace through strength. We are already turning the tide on ammunition. Until recently, Russia was producing more ammunition than all NATO allies put together. But not anymore. Across the alliance, we are now opening dozens of new production lines and expanding existing ones.
Andrei, let me start with his first point. He says that the enemy, we have to be prepared for the enemy. Do you see the leaders in Russia, in China, in Iran, they saying that we have a common enemy, that's the United States, we have to go fight them, we have to... Is there any sort of rhetoric in these countries that they see the United States as the enemy to fight the United States?
No, I mean, they correctly assess it because the United States is the enemy, and especially Europe, they're fanatical Russophones. And, so obviously you have to be very realistic speaking about it. But the guy is absolutely delusional. You would expect the guy from the country which is pipsqueak, in economic and especially military terms. And he never ran anything larger than, I don't know, 7-Eleven store. So, and yeah, that's what they do. They go, purge the hot air non-stop, and he's in the, exhibit A, essentially, of the person who, well, he's not self-aware, really. Or if he is, then I am sorry for his wife and his family, because he humiliates himself by parading himself as a clown. And so, but then again, those people don't have such concept as honor, decency and things like that. So they go out and lie. And what can I say? I mean, that's exactly what you have to expect from them. If you have the big guy, Mr. Trump, basically entertaining the rest of the world, and people are laughing hysterically. So what do you expect? What do you expect from these guys? Okay, as I already stated, Mr. Rutte never ran anything larger than 7-Eleven, because if you consider as I already stated, in real military industrial terms, what is Holland? Okay, so yeah, it's just pathetic.
Does he have any sort of evidence when he says that NATO is outproducing Russia in terms of ammunition?
No, it's complete. I mean, he pulls it out of his behind, and it's ridiculous. Fact is, NATO is incapable to outproduce Russia in terms of not only just ammunition, but in terms of the smart standoff weapons. It's not even in the same galaxy, and there are no prospects that Europe, even together with the United States, can get anywhere near in terms of the production of the critical long-range standoff weapons, which is Russia produces them by order of magnitude, not just by 2, 3, 5 times. Order of magnitude, it's minimum 10, probably more.
Yesterday, we learned that the Russian president said that the new rhetoric of Donald Trump in terms of testing nuclear bombs is of concern for Russia. Is a serious issue for Russia. Andrei, Donald Trump said in his interview on 60 Minutes, he said that Russia and China have been testing nuclear bombs. Is there anything to, I don't know, in English media, by generals, any sort of evidence in Russia, anybody talking in China and Russia talking about these things? Or how does he know that they're testing nuclear bombs, nukes, if there is no evidence out there? I have checked many.
Yeah.
There is no evidence. Nobody talk about these things.
Mr. Trump lies a lot. You probably heard that United States has the arsenal which can obliterate life around the world 150 times. So, it's, I mean, it turned into a complete circus. I mean, they don't understand these people. They embarrass themselves. They embarrass their countries. So, no, United States is continuing along the path of their basically destructing all kinds of their arms limitations and nuclear tests, treaties. So, and this is done out of this desperation because you have to understand. And somebody tells Mr. Trump that, like launch of Minuteman 3 yesterday. Okay, it's normal. Countries do launch their ballistic missiles, and they need to confirm the basically validity of the fuels there, that they can fly, they can deliver the payload and things of this nature. It's normal. In terms of the testing, however, Trump obviously, as usual, he lies. Russia never violated this treaty. United States usually loves to break, and quit those, exit those treaties, and then suddenly recognize that it's lost the arms race. And so this is exactly what is happening, because this is more like of the, yet again, hot air to thinking that he can impress Russians, who are now 2 generations ahead in terms of weaponry, and especially since the latest announcements, which have been confirmed, of the obviously successful completion of tests for Poseidon and Burevestnik. And now Mr. Putin on the 4th, 2 days ago, he comes out and says, we have now essentially the prototypes for the Mach 3 Burevestnik, which can be there indefinitely. And then, of course, it goes hypersonic. So, I mean, the United States literally has nothing to counter it with. It's just, it's the not obsolete, but it's still viable, but the credibility of American nuclear arsenal drops precipitously with each new weapon systems Russians produce. And it's not just the delivery systems. Again, do not forget, in terms of full-blown anti-ICBM, anti-MIRV capability, United States is not even in the same league. They have, United States, 30 GBIs, ground-based interceptors, which nobody knows if they even work. They will not intercept any kind of the hypersonic strategic weaponry. And while Russians already have the full-blown anti-ICBM capability, which of course is a serious hit on the credibility of the American nuclear arsenal. So it's not just that, revolutionary weapons with those, like Burevestnik are coming online. S-500, S-550, they are in full production. They are fully anti-ICBM capable weapon systems. And, S-500 have been actually tested in combat, and nobody talks about. I know for sure it was tested, and to a devastating result. But here is the situation where Trump has to present this public persona. This is what usually he does, because how do you counter this? But I'm on record, and now just what can I say? Maybe I'm being too arrogant, in this particular case, but I warned about it. For 10 years, the United States got itself into the competition with the country which actually knows how to fight wars and create the best military technology in the world. And so now suddenly everything is in the front of our eyes. Not everything, but we know what is going on. And so Trump needs to react somehow. And, it's akin to Eisenhower's reaction on Sputnik in 1957. But Eisenhower was, in many respects, correct that the United States is kind of getting there. And even Vladimir Putin mentioned that, they want to deploy this long-range hypersonic weapon, which still is not even an IOC. And they promise it by the end of this year. We are in the end of this year, and this weapon still does not fly properly. So, but other than that, that's the only thing they have. And what can I say? It is what I repeat ad nauseam. I have a blister at my tongue, on my tongue, saying this. United States lost the arms race by a knockout, and simple as that.
Andrei, you think that when it comes to we learned actually Oreshnik has been sent to the production. They're going to produce it to the battlefield, to be applied in the battlefield. But do you think that one of the reasons that Donald Trump he went that far talking about testing of nuclear weapons is because of they're behind Russia and China or other countries, because they cannot produce those vehicles, as you've mentioned, those vehicles to deliver the nukes? That's why he needs to go, to testing nuclear bombs instead of
it's not about delivery. It's more about the viability of the nuclear weapon charge itself. You need to, well, obviously it has a lot of ramifications in overall practical and scientific sense, that you can develop all kinds of the tricky, cheeky, and more powerful nuclear charges. This is primarily about having the capability to produce the weapon itself, the load, so to speak. So it's not about really delivery systems. Delivery systems is the thing, because you can still stick, at some very advanced delivery system, something which is the technologically, design-wise, is from 1970s, and it's going to be as devastating if it would be, something new. But you need to constantly confirm that you have your nuclear arsenal is intact, that it can be actionable if, God forbid, that comes to nuclear exchange, and of course, all kinds of other scientific, as already stated, general purpose scientific things happening there. And United States has issues with its warheads, and so including also the issue with the plutonium and things of this nature. So it is kind of like knee-jerk reaction, although Russians already warned even last year that, yeah, we know United States is, getting ready to abrogate yet another treaty. So, and it's not surprise. Everybody understands what is going on. And the main task of all those actions is not just to return to what otherwise, however bad it is, but what otherwise would be considered the, arms race or what have you. United States lost the arms race, including in the nuclear, especially in the nuclear sphere. But it's all about PR. It's all about placating the hoi polloi like us, that saying that, oh, you see, we kind of, like, look at us, we're just gonna, continue to whatever, test nuclear weapons. The reality is, it is so bad for the United States that, as I already stated, it's not just one generation. The United States is lagging in the most delivery systems by 2 generations, if not more. And the disclosure of Burevestnik and of its capabilities, and disclosure of Poseidon, which is in serial production now, and yet another submarine, the carrier. Actually, it's not 6. Khabarovsk submarine is capable of carrying 12. And some say even more Poseidons. We're looking at the technological revolution in human history, because you have miniaturization of the nuclear reactors, which now allows you, as Vladimir Putin stated, don't listen to me, listen to him. It's all about now, based on the moon, it's all about applying some of those critical technologies on the miniaturization and safety of the reactors to the space tags. We are entering the age of the exploring manned exploration of solar system. This is huge. The only thing which prevents us from now, which you can listen to Vladimir Putin at 2024 speaking to the students of famed MGTU, that, yeah, the work is on those materials which will allow to essentially defend the cosmonauts from radiation, obviously, once you get into deep into the solar system. And so suddenly perspectives which used to be decades and decades away about mining, literally sci-fi stuff, then suddenly you have things that, oh yeah, we can build a vehicle which will go, not only it will be powerful enough, but it will be able to go not insignificant fraction of the speed of light, 600 to 1000 kilometers per second. Suddenly your ability to reach Mars, anybody who thinks that Elon Musk rockets will get them to Mars, I have a bridge to sell them. Okay, cash payments only. I will give the where to drop off the cash. And so, but reality is that's where we are, and the impact of this is gigantic. You cannot go out now and say, oh my God, those damn Ruskies started the new technological revolution of the historic proportions. Russians know this. People who have any, basic education in physics, and they understand how significant it is. And that it's not only about weapons, albeit weapons are on the forefront, but even Putin himself stated, it is all about space in the end. It is all about getting to those enormous riches of the minerals and, all kinds of other, substances, so to speak, on the asteroids, or so, and then suddenly you have the capability to haul it back to the near Earth orbit and somehow deliver it to Earth. And we are looking at the new age in space exploration, and this is absolutely revolutionary. So, and that is why there is so many sore losers in the West. They just not in the game realistically.